Hi, it's Nathaniel Whiston here. You join me for another Legends of West Anglia. Today driving to the village of Odell, which is to the northwest of Bedford, to the southeast of Wellingborough, and to the west of Bletsoe. It's in North Bedfordshire and it's in West Anglia. Today's story concerns the soul of Sir Rowland Alston. Sir Rowland lived in the 18th century and he was very much a nuisance to all the villagers of Odell. He came from a respectable family, he was an MP, but he was also a bit of a bad lad. He liked to drink, he liked to gamble, he hung out with women of ill repute, which means prostitutes, and generally would besmirch the name of his family and of the village. So when he died, nobody was that upset really. It was a relief, if anything. Well, anyway, his soul came back and began to haunt the village. He would be seen walking through tree trunks, banging doors. He would even get on his old horse and run through the front room of his old house, Odell Castle, and leave hoof marks on the wooden floor. So this was a real pain. So a bunch of clergymen got together and said, right, we need an exorcism. And they did, and it was successful, and Sir Rowland's soul was condemned to a pool called Odell Wold. But one night, Sir Rowland freed himself from the pond and got out, caused havoc in the village once again. But then who turns up? The devil, Satan, Beelzebub himself, because Sir Rowland in his life had sold his soul to the devil in exchange for his rambunctious life. And the devil had come to collect his due. Sir Rowland was terrified. He ran into the church via the keyhole, which he could fit in because he's a soul, and the devil was trapped outside, furious that he couldn't get into the sanctuary of the church. And it was said he held on to the porch of the church, shook it, and in a rage, and his fingerprints, they torched the stone of the church. So angry was the devil. So anyway, Sir Rowland escaped and eventually he just went back to the pond and has laid low there for some time. And that's what we're going to see today. Ambulance coming. Once again, we have no Jeremy with us today. So we were supposed to do it originally tomorrow, which is Saturday. Jeremy said he couldn't make it because he was having a corn removed. So instead of living my life around Jeremy's fictitious schedule, I've decided to do what I want. So I've come out Friday night tonight. Jeremy could well be available. I don't care. If I'd have asked him, I'm sure he would have come up with some rubbish excuse. So instead of going Saturday, I'm out here on a Friday night. Got nothing better to do. It is really chucking it down now, and I've got no umbrella or nothing. I've got this jacket on. Sometimes things just go against you, don't they? Things just go against you. But there's four of us. Four of us want to keep our jobs, but only two of us can. So they're interviewing all of us. I had mine today to see if we can do the job that we've been doing for years. I've been doing this job for 5 years and now they're interviewing me to see if I can do it. I mean, how crazy is that? So I had an interview with my manager and someone from HR, and we're just talking about what I've been doing. And then he's asking me all these questions, like interview questions. Like, have you ever delivered a task in ambiguous circumstances? What's your greatest personal achievement? When have you had to resolve conflicts? All this stuff, you know. Like, I've been doing this job for 5 years. What are you going to learn about me in a 45-minute interview that you don't know already? Waste of time. Hi Lucy, it's Nathaniel here. It was good to bump into you the other day in the King's Head. Had a nice chat. Wasn't awkward really. Yeah, I was just wondering if you're free tonight or maybe this weekend. Just go find a nice pub, maybe get something to eat. I'm out at the minute, but I'll be back soon. So if you just want to give me a ring, drop me a text, then yeah. Okay, Lucy. See you. Bye. I'm such an idiot. Such an idiot. Such an idiot. Ghosts I understand, because ghosts, they make noises and they do things in the night and they scare people. Souls, what do souls do? You never really have people saying, have you ever seen a soul before? But that's what I'm looking for, Sir Rowland Alston's soul. And let's hope that it's pretty noticeable. Otherwise I'm going to be walking around on my Jack Jones, not finding very much. You can't see, but the circus is in town. There's a circus over there. Isn't it nice when you drive past a metaphor for your life? There's a lot of things you can do on a Friday night. You can go to the pub, you can go bowling, cinema, go for a meal. I can't imagine many people decide to jump in their cars and go and look for a lost soul. But you know, it takes all sorts, doesn't it? We're here, we're in Odell. This is very much Rowland's old stomping ground. The walls to his home here, and he would walk along these streets swigging from a bottle of mead or wine. It was only 18th century, so maybe beer, and he would carouse, gamble, flirt with women, a charlatan. This is Odell Castle. This is where Sir Rowland used to live, where he used to haunt with his horse. I won't go too close because somebody actually lives there now and probably doesn't want a strange man filming outside. Fair enough. And here we are at the door of All Saints Church here in Odell, and it's up here where the devil was said to have left his fingerprints seared into the stone through the sheer heat of them. However, you won't see any here today because when they did some building work they replaced the stone, and the builder just went, oh, there's some fingerprints on this stone, what shall I do with it? And someone went, put it in the skip. So he did. So there's no evidence. So look, nothing. But that's where it was. Look, there's the keyhole where Sir Rowland's soul was said to have escaped into the church. But yeah, no devil's fingerprints. Why don't people just give you an answer, yes or no? Why don't they just ring you back, send a text, yes or no? It's not hard. I wonder if Sir Rowland would enjoy the Odell of today. I've been for a wander around. I've seen one pub, looks nice, but no gambling joints, no prostitutes. Clearly the men around here prefer the sleazy chic of backstreet Soho, or perhaps the corporate professionalism of a Zurich brothel, but either way, there's none here. It's very quiet around here, and maybe that's why Sir Rowland sold his soul to the devil. Have a bit of excitement. He could have just moved away, but he decided to stick it out here. I'm sure it worked out right for him. Maybe not his neighbours who complained about him. And it didn't work out that well for him in the end. But I don't know where I was going with this. Getting off the beaten track now, as is my wont, and I'm off to the pond where Sir Rowland's soul is confined to. The legend states that Rowland tries his luck, comes out of the pond every 100 years, goes back into Odell and wreaks havoc once again until the devil arrives and casts him back into the pond. He's due in 2044, 29 years from now. Maybe if I come back then, I'll see something. There's no chance I'll be able to find this man's soul here today. I don't think I want to anyway. It's fine where it is. Don't want to trouble it. Well, I better go now. Another legend of West Anglia. I've managed to beat the light. The sun's starting to set over there. It hasn't rained. Jeremy, I'll admit this wasn't my best one. I'm not sure I was in the best frame of mind to do this today. See what you can do with what I've done. And there should be something. Set the tone. The least you can do is set the tone. That was Odell, and that was the legend of Sir Rowland Alston's soul. I've had an interesting time in Odell, and I hope you've enjoyed it too. I'll see you again next time, where you'll join me, Nathaniel Whiston, for another episode of Legends of West Anglia.